Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today I'm going to do my June pickups. So this is all the manga that I got or received in the month of June. So pretty much everything that is in this haul are going to be yen press titles because this is from rightstuf's yen press sale. They're all going to be new releases, which is unusual for me because I tend to buy mostly out of print titles. At least these days I go to a lot of out of print sales, but I don't buy quite as many new titles as I do kind of older titles, so I was really excited to go crazy. So the first thing I bought was Yowamushi Pedal by Wataru Watanabe, and this is yen press. And basically I believe it's a story about an otaku, a geek, who is, unbeknownst to him, has been training as a cyclist because he's always riding to and from his home and Akihabara, and ends up having an encounter with his high school bike team, I think, and gets put on the team. I know it's quite popular, so you probably know more about it than I do, but right away it sounds a little bit like Hajime no Ippo, or a little bit like Eyeshield 21. You know, someone is getting kind of thrust into having to do this other sport, but they've already are very able at it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. So I bought volume 1, and I also have volume 2, and I have volume 3 pre-ordered, so that will be coming as well. And these are quite chunky omnibus, but you can see already, well, maybe you can't see, you can see a little bit here that it is already bowed and I haven't even read it yet, so I'm a little bit concerned that these are not going to hold up very well. I don't know too much about this, but I am a fan of the author already, so it didn't really matter to me what this is about. It was just something that I was going to buy. So I've ended up buying Goodnight Pun Pun by Sano. So this one, I've already flipped through it a little bit, and it totally looks like something that I would enjoy, like just the art in it, and kind of the surreal aspect to it, which is why I'm already a fan of Asano. So I probably will take a month and just read through every book that we have of Asano's in our collection, and just like get the full experience. So I'm looking forward to it. So I have volume 1, and I have volume 2, which is still in plastic, and I think I've pre-ordered volume 3, but I can't remember off the top of my head. And then I ended up buying Bunny Drop, and this is a title that I've been wanting in my collection for a long time, but the volumes are just too expensive. Like, they're $17 Canadian, and it's just a single volume. Like, yeah, they're large size, but like $17 just atrocious. And it's a 10-volume series, so I didn't want to spend that much. So I ended up spending quite a bit less through this sale. This is by Yumi Unita, so I ended up buying volume 1, 2, 3, volume 4, volume 5, volume 6, volume 7, volume 8, volume 9, and volume 10. And basically this story starts, I've only just started reading it, but it starts, a young girl is basically orphaned, and she's sort of the bastard child of the grandfather of this family, and nobody knows who her mother is, and so she's orphaned when the grandfather dies, and nobody of course wants to take her in because it's inconvenient, and you know, it would look bad having this orphan child, or you know, the love child of their relative. And so the slacker grandson of this grandfather, he gets really annoyed at everyone, and he decides that he's going to raise this little girl, and so he ends up taking her home and raising her. And so in the first volume, it's a very cute, sweet story, and just sort of him trying to figure out how to become a parent, and his relationship with her. And I suspect that is josei title, that this is sort of a Tale of Genji type story. It's a very popular theme in manga, especially josei romance, where a relative or an older single male ends up raising a young girl, and they end up, you know, in a romantic relationship when she gets of age. So I'm kind of, I like that kind of story, so hopefully that will kind of turn out the way that I want it to, but I'm not really sure how it ends. I ended up buying Himeyuka and Rozione's story by Sumomo Yumeka. And it's just a single one-shot. I don't know if it's one story or if it is a bunch of short stories. I know absolutely nothing about it, but because it is a one-shot and it was on sale, and Yen Press. I bought it. And then this is a series I'm already following, Monthly Girls Nozaki-Kun by Izumi Tsubaki, and I already have volume 1 and 2. I've only read volume 1, and I have pre-ordered a couple volumes of this already, so I think I'm just going to wait for a whole chunk of it to come out before I read through it. And this is a 4-4 comedy gag manga, so it's fun to read. I bought One Fine Day by Serial, also something I know absolutely nothing about, but I have flipped through this mangaka's other series, Milky Way Galaxy or something, and it's just the art in it is so stunning and beautiful, and then I found this and it's the same artist, and I thought, oh, this could potentially be good. So I bought volumes 1 through 3. I only have volumes 1 and volume 3 so far, and volume 2 has just is in the mail apparently, so it is on the way, and that's actually kind of good because I believe some of these volumes are not available on Amazon. So yeah, I think I just like to, you know, do a little bit of blind buying, and the art in it seemed really sweet, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And so that was all of the Yen Press titles, and then I just ended up buying a couple of other little things. The first one is Tekkon Kinkreet Black and White All-in-One by Taiyo Matsumoto, and I have seen the anime for this. I've never read the manga, and this is actually not for me. I ended up buying this for my sister because it's something that she's been really wanting and having her eye on, and she does have a little bit of this in an old edition by Viz, like an early 2000s edition, but she doesn't have the entire thing, and I know that she really wanted it, so I ended up buying it for her birthday, which is this month. So I'll read it when I can, but I have to wrap it up first. And she already knows because we have to tell each other what we buy in case we don't, or in case we buy doubles. Because I know some of these titles were in her cart as well. And very odd to find on Right Stuff, but very pleased too. I ended up finding Saint Tail Volume 6 by Megami Tachikawa, and Saint Tail Volume 4, and I believe I have 2 or 3 other volumes, but these were the only 2 on Right Stuff, and they were 2 that I actually needed, so I'm really pleased to have this, and they're in the cute kind of chicks version of Tokyo Pop that was out at early 2000s. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have those. I think there's might be 2 or 3 more to buy. I bought the second volume of Orange by Ichigo Takano, and the first volume was incredible, so I'm really looking forward to reading the second volume. It's just, the first volume was just such a good story about like true friendship. I thought it was really, really beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to reading the second volume. It will happen soon. And then the last volume was a new to me buy, Everyone's Getting Married by Izumi Miyazono, and I have read this one already, and I actually thought it was quite fun. It is a josei title, and it is going to get a little mature in further volumes, but this one was just kind of light and fun, and it's about a girl who really, really wants to get married, and she ends up falling in love with a guy who really, really doesn't want to get married. So it's just like they have a fun dynamic between the two of them. So that's everything that I bought for the month of June. Definitely let me know if you have bought any of these as well, or what you ended up buying in the month of June, and definitely, you know, let me know your thoughts on any of these titles, because I definitely would like to know. So other than that, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.